Welcome to today's live stream. I'm super excited to welcome you here today. Before we get started and get into the Really for Real live, this is obviously a pre-recorded video where I can tell you a couple things and then we can get started. So honestly, what I'm doing is buying myself time to turn the camera on and make sure that everything sounds good. But while we do that, while we wait for myself, let's go ahead and comment below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Maybe let's start with your name and where you're watching from. And then also I'd love to hear about maybe the latest project you're working on or your favorite software. So if you can post a link below, go ahead and post a link to your portfolio. We'd love to check it out and see what you're up to. And maybe even let us know what your favorite software is, or maybe your favorite subject. Do you like web design or print design or making t-shirts or logos or branding? I don't know. Go ahead and comment below and let us know. We'd love to check it out. And then also, if you'd love to see what I'm up to, you can check out my work at derekmitchell.com. You can see some YouTube videos at youtube.com/DerekMitchell. And then also live streaming at behance.net/Mitchell's Garage. So you can check me out there. And then did I say Instagram? I don't know if I said Instagram yet or not. Instagram.com/DMitchellDesign. So hopefully there's links and buttons and stuff here, right there. Anyway, all right, guys, we're about to dive into some really cool stuff. Feel free to comment in the thread, and I'd love to, again, see what you're up to, and I'll try and answer your questions as we get going, but let's go ahead and dive in. Today's video is sponsored by the Graphic Design Bootcamp. If you're looking at becoming a graphic designer and you want to learn more about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, creating real-world projects that clients would actually pay you for things like logos, business cards, letterhead, and much more, check out the link below for more information and a deep discount to get started today. Today's video is sponsored by the Graphic Design Bootcamp. If you're looking at becoming a graphic designer and you want to learn more about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, creating real-world projects that clients would actually pay you for things like logos, business cards, letterhead, and much more, check out the link below for more information and a deep discount to get started today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Yoni? I see you over on Behance. What's going on? Shreyan from India. What's up? Sweet. The question, hey, from India, and I started to do some stuff on After Effects. So will you give some tips to improve myself in this? Today, we're not doing After Effects. Today, we're going to jump into Photoshop and Illustrator mostly. But if you are looking for an awesome instructor on After Effects, check out Daniel Walter Scott. He's got some stuff on Skillshare and YouTube and all over the place. He does some cool After Effects stuff. There's also a few people here on Behance, if you're watching on Behance, that do a lot of cool After Effects tips. Check those out for sure. While we're plugging things, I guess I should say, I do have some courses over on Skillshare and Udemy and over at Derek Mitchell Design. If you want to learn more about graphic design without all the extra, me going live and just talking to random people in the chat, and you want to get right to the point, check those out. The best way to find those is just to search for my name over at Skillshare or Udemy. There should be links below, direct links to those, or at derekmitchell.com. So today, I don't even look at, I got to move some things. That's funny. It's been a minute since I've gone live, a couple months, because I've been in the middle of life, getting kids back to school. I've got 5 kids, so it's definitely crazy. I heard a ping somewhere. I'm getting my chat window set up correctly also. But anyway, yeah. So just doing a little bit of housekeeping here to get ready for this thing. So while you're waiting on me, post your stuff in the chat. If you've got a portfolio we can check out, or if you have questions, things you want to see me work on today, let me know. My wife is in the chat. Jenna, hello. Thanks for tuning in. She's going to be helping me see comments and throwing some texts my way. So today we're going to work on a graphic in between the Q&A, ask me anything side of this stream, specifically for a client she has, and they want to make, let me pull this up real quick. Here we go. So they're going to be making something kind of like this. So they want to do like a baseball trading card vibe for LinkedIn, I believe. Basically, I'm going to be making a frame for her to use on, I keep hearing this ping, but I don't see where it's coming in. Sorry, guys. Just making sure I'm not missing stuff in the chat. Anyway, going to be making basically like a transparent PNG frame for her to drop into Canva and update with their names. Also, while we're here, double checking, make sure the music's not too loud and my microphone's loud enough. Let me know in the comments if everything sounds okay and we're not getting, I'm not blowing you out with your ears and whatever. So, and it's Friday. Welcome to the weekend, pretty much, you guys. You made it. You did it. What, do you guys have any fun plans? Anything new going on? Recovering from the sugar overload from Halloween, maybe? All right. So let's see. We could just dive right in and make this exactly like this and cut it out. We could also start from scratch. Hey, Jen, can you check on YouTube and see? I keep hearing a ping, and I don't know if I'm missing. I don't see any new comments. So I don't know if it's just like a reminder. I don't know what's going on. So make sure I'm not missing some other comments. Go back to my live stream. All good on YouTube. Perfect. Okay, cool. We'll get after it then. So we are going to be making, I guess it's a LinkedIn post. So let me open this image here. So the post image size could be 1200 pixels by 1200 pixels square, or we do portrait. So we're probably gonna do portrait then, because it's gonna be like a baseball card. What else? We're not gonna do video. Okay, so let's start by making a new canvas, and we're gonna make this 1080 by 1350. So I'm gonna stick this over here on this other screen. And also, side note, I've been working on some really cool projects. We'll have to do some of this later, but I'm working with Winchester on some pet products that are coming out. So these are some kennel pads, and I've got like dog collars and leashes and all kinds of stuff. We're doing some photos in our studio. Tons of fun. We'll come back to that later. I guess comment in the chat if you're interested in that or what you guys want to learn. But I'm gonna go ahead and just dive in so we can get this made real quick. So let's go. All right, our width is 1080. by 1350. I will leave this. I'll leave this at 72. We'll click create. All right. So first thing we want to do is save this. So that way, as we get going, we don't lose any of our work. I'll throw it on my desktop for now. I forget what client this is, but we're just going to call it Tops Cards for now. And we're just going to slam it on our desktop. We'll make a new folder. Wow, what was this for? I forget who this is for. It doesn't matter. All right. Make a new folder on my desktop, and we'll make a new folder called edits. Let's see. I'm in photography mode. Doesn't matter. We're just going to throw it in the main folder. Save it. All right. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to double click on this image my wife sent me in as a text. Okay. So what we'll do then, I'm just going to bring this right into Photoshop. Okay, so we could just basically, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm just going to leave this in here as one layer. Command J to jump cut a new layer up top. Let's just draw a rectangle around this guy. Command J to cut that into a new layer with my selection. Usually I do like tutorial style streams where I'm like telling you guys every little thing that I'm doing, but I might just kind of work through some things and see what happens. If you guys have questions, let me know as far as a shortcut or a way to do something. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of cruise through this. So let's just make a little selection here. Drag and drop. Right click. Transform selection so we can change that and make it better. All right. That's good there. All right. And there. Cool. Hit enter to make that selection live. I'm just going to mask this out real quick and hit Command I on the mask layer to invert that. Okay, so now this is a transparent background. So whatever my background is, let's see, how do I want to do that? Let's go to a new website real quick. Let's go to Pexels. There's a website and I can't remember the name of it. That you can get like headshots and stuff. But for now, we're just going to go portrait. We'll just grab a random one. Perfect. Download. Thanks to MEE for the photo. Okay, so it's in my download stack. I'm just going to throw this right into Photoshop. We're going to scale it up. So in theory, this is what Jenna's going to have to do in Canva, is just put the layer below this frame. And now we've got this like trading card looking frame. Now the next thing we should probably add is, if I turn this mask layer off, we've got like a logo. Jen, I don't know how latency. I don't know how behind the stream is, but if you can send me their company logo, maybe that'd be cool. Let's see. I messed up my stream buttons, so the ones that I think I'm pushing are the wrong ones. That's all right, though. Let's see. Ideally, if I created the base design, she could overlay the copy and then use a smart photo frame to drag it into the photo. Perfect. Okay. We need a logo. We need a logo for this. So for now, I'm just going to grab this guy. But this is so grainy. This is going to... Oh, she sent the logo. Perfect. All right. Let's throw this in here. I just drag and drop this over from my text messages here. And I might do an overlay. So this is the logo. Do an effects overlay. Let's make it a color overlay. Let's just make it white. And maybe even add a stroke. Bump it up a couple pixels. That looks like garbage. Oh, let's put it on the outside. This music is intense. All right, new song. All right, let's see. Okay, and of course, you know, we got to add a drop shadow because this is like old school design, right? So let's go down and find a drop shadow. It's not showing up. Opacity is pretty low. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Spread. There we go. Pull the distance back. Pull the opacity way down. There we go. All right, let's zoom out and see how it looks. Let's turn off our mask below. I don't know if this feels the way we want it to. Okay, so there's that. What else do we need? We need, let's turn this back off. We need, let's see, the shape here. Interesting. Okay, is there another logo, Jen, we could use? She says they will love it if we play up the metallic theme. Okay. Play up the metallic theme. How do we want to do that? I don't know. Let's create this little box here. And let's fill it with white. Let's add a stroke. All right. Let's see. I don't know what this is yet. Okay, so then let's see. I could copy this frame. How do I want to make that? Usually I would do these stroked things in Illustrator, which we could jump over to Illustrator and make something like this real quick. Let's go over to Illustrator. I'm sure there's a way to do it in Photoshop, but my brain is not working that way right now. So I'm just going to make a new document. Doesn't matter what size. It'll be vector. All right. Draw a rectangle. Let's stroke it. Oh, I know what I could do. Let's keep it in Photoshop. There we go. My brain wasn't on this morning yet. Okay, so we'll make it a dotted stroke. Let's bump this up a little bit. I don't see it do anything yet. Why? This is the danger of going live, because then I always break stuff and then I can't figure it out while everybody's watching me. It's all good. Ah, there we go. It's not what I want. So let's change these corners. Round them off. It's still square. What the heck? I don't do stuff like this in Photoshop very much, you guys. That's all right, though. This music is all over the place. All right. So it was working. I just had to hit the tab key to actually make it commit the sizing here. All right, we'll do 10. Let's go back here to our spacing. Okay, now we're getting closer. Let's see. I'm just gonna move this down so I can kind of see what's going on. Oh, those look like they're little stars, not just circles. Okay. Let's see. That's all right. We'll start with this. And then we had like a black stroke underneath it. So let's go. All right, that gets me close. Let's just duplicate this, jump cut it, bring it behind, and turn the stroke off on this layer. Let's make the fill. We'll just make it black. And then we'll just scale it. All right, that's getting close. Oh, you know what though? Okay, I want it to sit behind that differently. So let's go. Let's add a stroke. That's not gonna do what I want it to do. Okay, one more time. We're gonna duplicate this one. Let's turn this off for a second. We're gonna make this one. There we go. Okay. Now we got to fix where these are lining up in the corners. I don't like how that looks. So let's go back into here, more options, align. Yeah, this usually works a lot better in Illustrator, but that's all right. Let's see. Hey, Ellie. I hope I said that right. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so if you're just joining, I'm currently making some kind of a, what's it called? A trading card thing. Let me just group all these together and turn it off and turn that back on. Something kind of like this for this company that wants like trading card profile photos. And my wife is going to be dropping these in for them using Canva. So we're just making like a transparent like border. So I took this card, masked out just the outside edge, brought in a photo behind so you can kind of see how we have a frame around the outside. And now I'm kind of messing around with making this thing, this little badge on the bottom like the trading card had. Okay, and I'm in the weeds right now trying to get this yellow border to do what I want it to do, but it's not, I don't like it. It's not playing how I want it to. It's not putting these just perfect. So I might jump over into Illustrator real quick and let's try this again. So we're kind of all over the place, but let's see, we've got a shape here. In fact, I'm gonna do it off of the canvas just so we can kind of see what it's doing a little better. We're gonna bump up the stroke of this guy. Something kind of like that. And we're going to copy it and paste it right on top of itself. So Command F. So now I've got two things right on top of each other. So the one on top now, what I'm going to do is, this is how I want to do it. You guys, I don't know if I want to do it this way. It's just a stroke. I'm literally in the weeds about this, but that's all right. You guys, we could have done this like 15 times over. I'm going to do it another way. I'm just going to grab a star. For those of you who are Illustrator pros, I apologize because I'm making this the hardest way possible. It's all good. Because I could apply this to a brush. I could do a lot of other things, but my brain is just a little bit on the dead side today. If you were at the beginning of this stream, I mentioned I've got 5 kids, and one of them was up a lot last night. So I'm pretty tired, but it's all good. We're going to have fun anyway. So we do that. Guys, this is the worst way to do this, but you know what? When I go live, my brain melts down and I just do things however you got to do to get it done, right? Just whatever makes sense to your brain. It doesn't really matter. Unless you're trying to make some kind of a template and you want to do it like the right way. We could talk about what the right way would be for this, but for right now, I'm just trying to get it done. All right, cool, good, set. Delete those stars. Clone this guy down here. Basically, this is here's the wrong way to do this approach. We should apply this to a brush, make it a brush, and then like apply it to the thing, but we're not doing that today because reasons. All right. About like that. All right. Why? Okay. What am I doing wrong? All right, guys. This is painful. In the meantime, I would love for you guys to post in the chat what you're working on. What are you guys working on these days? Any new projects that you're excited about? Any portfolio links you want us to take a look at or share with the group? We'd love to see it. Love to promote you guys. There we go. Wow. Okay. Gosh, this is not what I intended to do with our stream time today, as far as how long this is taking me, but it's all good. There we go. Yikes. All right, we're going to group it, copy it, jump back into Photoshop, paste it. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have seen what generative fill could have done for us here. Oh, well. Center everything. That's centered. Cool. Okay. Jenna, if you're still with me, or if I put you all to sleep, I enjoy watching you, Derek. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I would love to go live like every day, but we're going to work up to that. So we'll say once a week. I'll be going live a lot more. In the meantime, if you guys have specific things you want to learn or questions about stuff you're working on, let me know. Hit me up in the chat, at least for now. And then you guys can email me if you want. Here. Oop. There's my email. Send me an email if you guys have questions or you want to give me feedback or whatever. I'd love to hear from you. At some point, we'll do like a Discord or something. I don't have that set up at the moment, but whatever. Okay. Jenna, my darling, where are you at? Logo sent. Okay, so she hasn't sent me. I'm just going to do this and see what happens. Excuse me. Yay. My wife's going to make me a Discord. I don't know how to use that. I mean, I'm lying. I do know how to use it, but wow, now my layers are like gigantic. I just realized how huge these thumbnails are. It's all good. All right. Zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. Let's add that back up to the top layer. Okay, so now I've got the logo in two places, which is kind of dumb, but all right. What else? What else? Oh yeah, we need like a name, like a first name, last name, and a reminder for those of you who are new to the stream. We're making this like trading card looking thing. I have to go grab some water, but let's see. So we're gonna make these. Let's see, Jackie Robinson. Let's just go for it. Oh, there's a new feature. I forget. I haven't used it yet. There's a new feature where it can identify the fonts. Gosh, I should have tried this before we did this. Here's what we'll do. We will go to font finder. Sure. I mean, I know how to do it the old way, but there's a new way they just added. It might be only in Illustrator, actually, now that I say that. I think it's only in Illustrator. So here's what we'll do. We'll just make it up for today. That'll be another live stream. That'll give me plenty of content for another day. So Jackie Robinson. And Jenna's going to make this up on her own anyway in Canva, but at least we'll give her something to work with. Let's go with, I don't know, some standard. Why is this not typing? Oh, okay. Okay, there's that. And now we need a script. Oh, I just had one that was so good. I don't remember what it was called though. Let's see. We'll copy this again. We need a good script font. So let's jump over to more fonts from Adobe, which opens up the website. And we need some cursive or calligraphic. And maybe Jen just finds something in Canva, but we're trying to get it close here. That's kind of cool. Nori. Sure, why not? We'll just do that. So I'm going to click Add Family. All right, Nori. Come over here, we'll highlight it, we'll go to Nori, and it should already be installed. Look at how amazing that is. We're gonna change it from capital to, oh my gosh, my brain is completely dead. Whatever, we'll just type it out again. And it doesn't really matter right now. This is just more of a template for Jen to like make something up later. I don't like that as much now that I see it together. Okay, that's all right. Let's try again. Let's see what happens. We'll do it here. Boom, we have a Discord channel. Let's check this out. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm assuming there's some way for us to like eventually change the link. Complete graphic design. Accept invite. Allow. Guys, this is high speed. I'm like a professional streamer now. I've got a Discord channel. All right. Okay, it's doing updates and stuff. So we're going to just let that do what it does. All right, I'm looking for a handwriting font thing. A good script for a signature. It's pretty subjective. So I might, for the sake of the stream, just stick with what I picked, and then Jenna can like find another font if she wants to, because she's gonna have to redo this in Canva. Anyway, this is just gonna be a template. So what we'll do, we'll leave this and we will turn back on the mask. What happened? Okay, so my rectangle's not quite up to snuff here. So let's, okay, so what we're gonna do, because we made this in Photoshop and then we made the box in Illustrator. So I'm gonna click on this box. I'm gonna double click on the little smart object icon here, and it's gonna open it up into, oh, not Illustrator Beta. Force quit. I don't know why I did that. It should just open it up. Well, fine, we'll do it beta. It's fine. All right, so the shape is now linked into, oh, but see, this is why I shouldn't have made it this way, because it's not going to scale the way I want it to. Man, I feel like this is a struggle bus today, but that's all right. Not here to be perfect, just here to have a good time and chat with you guys and help you out if you have any questions. So we're just going to scale this down a little bit. Okay, and then obviously the names are going to be different anyway. So they're gonna have different lengths and stuff. So this gets Jenna close to an idea of what's possible. I don't know, man. We're just kind of screwing around here now. But I'm not even gonna send this to her like this anyway. So let's go ahead, and the way I would send this so the names can be dropped in, I'll group these and just turn it off. And in fact, I'm gonna turn this off too. And I'm gonna turn the background off so I see the little checkerboard, which means it's going to be transparent. So what we're going to do now to export this is, well, first we got to save it because I haven't saved since the very beginning. Shame on me. Also, we're going to open back up our chat just in case. You already made me a mood board. Zach, what are you doing here? Yes, you can be my mod. Derek, Y2 logos. Okay, if you didn't hear me, because I need another something to put in there. Send, I don't know. So Y2 logos. Okay, because the trading card had 2 spots and it was kind of cool, right? So let's turn this back off here. See, we've got like the Topps Chrome Edition logo. Can it be their player number or title? It can be whatever the heck you want it to be. It's just because that's what they did. Like they put like the team logo here, and then Topps is the brand of the trading card, and then the Chrome is the edition of this trading card, right? So we just have spaces to kind of make it look like a trading card, which is why we did this. So let's turn that mask back off. Let's turn this check back on. So we just have 2 spots where we could like do something. So I don't know. You tell me. I could also turn this top logo off. Maybe that's better in case their images are different. But here's a cool thing we could do. We could, give me a second to make sure I do this right. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to fill it with a color just so I can right click and do artboard from layers. We'll click on that. Artboard 1. Boom. Now we have an artboard. What's cool about this is I can actually hold down Option and click over and drag a copy of this. So now I've got 2 artboards, which are basically just folders, right? They're just like a folder, like anything else. And we can call this Comp 1 or Version 1. I don't know. V1. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes sense to your brain. V2. Okay. So now I can know that I've got this version. It's done. It's good. Whatever. And now I can play around with this one on this side and send multiple looks to the client. In this case, it is my wife. What's up, Rob Magno? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a couple months. I go in like these like 2 or 3 week live stream stints, and then I like disappear for 6 months. I'm gonna do better at not disappearing and just going live more. I've got this really cool office setup now. I even have a super cool smoke machine with, here's the remote for it. I turned it off because it was getting ridiculous. But anyway, I've got like my haze machine in the background and all kinds of just nonsense. All kinds of tech on the desk. I even have this scene where I can do some like, you know, iPad stuff and we can do sketches. We'll get there. We'll get there. Currently rocking the Epidemic Sound electronic mix because reasons, mostly so that way I can stream it on YouTube and not get strikes. Anyway, major tangent. What were we even doing? We were making stuff. So we've got artboards. We're doing multiple artboards just so we can quickly send out different comps to clients to show them what this could look like. And for the sake of so many buttons, yes. I've been a button pusher since the beginning of time. If you were to talk to my mom, I probably drove them nuts. Anyway, so let's add back in wherever that disappeared to, that top right logo. Oh geez. Oh, here it is. Up top. We'll just drag it down into this layer. Turn it on. What have I done? Oh, it didn't clone over. Here, let's just make my life easier. We'll delete this. We'll set this back up how I had it. There we go. Now we'll drag a copy over. Ta-da. V2. Okay. Next. Excuse me. I'm checking out Discord. Sweet. We have a Discord. I have no idea how to use it. So we'll circle back to that another time. Okay. So let's turn off this logo here on this version. Just turn it off. Click. Make another version. We'll call this V3. We'll turn it back on here. And we could also do this with layer comps. It's a whole nother thing I'm not going to get into right now. But anyway, we could do this and make the names more centered. All right. Something like that. I love that Jackie could be a boy or a girl name. What would they call that? I forget. Doesn't matter. But that actually kind of works for the comp. That's funny to me. Okay. So we got a centered version. Again, this doesn't matter because I'm not going to export. Gosh, you guys got to get me off the stream. I'm falling apart. Okay. Let's see. Let's turn off the text, or maybe that's helpful. Jen, you see where we're going with this. I'm just going to turn this off for now. We'll turn this off, turn this off, turn these off. Okay. So I've got a version with both logos, one on the bottom, one on the top. Let's go ahead and turn off the images as well and the backgrounds. Again, we're just trying to get a transparent frame for her to bring into Canva and do stuff with. So let's turn off. Oh, okay. So my background layer is turned off, but because I'm using artboards now, over here in my properties tab, it shows artboard background color as white, or I could say black or whatever. So even though there's not a layer in this artboard that's black, the properties of the artboard are what's shown through. So I want to make that transparent, okay, for this one. And I got to do that for all of these now. So I'll click on this guy, go to the properties, go transparent, over here, make this one transparent. Let's start turning off these layers. Okay, so that's transparent. Boom. Okay, so I've got 3 different frame options right now. Rob, silly rookie question. How do you create a new artboard with a different size? Artboard still amazes my, okay. So super straightforward. So what I can do is, as soon as I click on this artboard title up here on the top right, and this title is controlled by your layers panel. And your layer is literally, it's just like a group. If you were gonna make a new folder or group something together, that's all this is. It just behaves like an artboard. So if I double click in here, I can change the name here and it'll update. And then once I've got this selected, a couple things happen. One, you see these little plus signs, so you can add an artboard above or to the right, but just by clicking on it, okay, to get it started. If you want to delete it, the quickest way is to just behave like a layer over here. Click on the ones you want to delete and hit the trash can and they go away, okay? Or click on it, and while it's selected, you'll notice you've got these transform handles, and you can just click and drag the artboard size to whatever you want. Or up here in your options bar, which change depending on what tool you have selected. So because we have the artboard tool selected over here on the side, we get these options across the top to change the width and height. And my current document in Photoshop is set up as, oh geez, give me a second. Units, okay. So if I go to Photoshop, settings, units and rulers here, I can control what the default units are for this specific document. So I've been working on web stuff, so it's currently in pixels, but I could change this to inches, centimeters, millimeters, whatever you want. But you don't have to. You could leave it like this, come up here, and let's say you want to turn this into like a 4x6 postcard or something. You could just say, 4in, type in inches. So 4 inches, tab by 6 inches. That does not look right. Hit return. Well, that just fell apart. Why is it doing that? I don't know. It should work like that. And maybe it is. Maybe these pixel dimensions are just different. But anyway, I'm not in the beta right now. Cool. Rob says that's what I needed. Thanks. You are welcome. Good. Okay, I don't know what I was gonna say. My brain just melted. You're welcome. Austin is in the chat. What's up, Austino? Oh, there's a whole bunch of YouTube stuff going on. Ryan, dude, my man, good to see you. Ryan says, I enjoy seeing you live and doing what most of us wish we could do. Dude, you could do this. Okay, so on the one hand, this obnoxious setup has taken me like 10 years to get, okay? So I started with a laptop and a USB microphone. Actually, one of those $50 Blue Yeti snowball mics. That's what I did my first thing with. That was everything. And then eventually I got a screen from Costco. It was the demo screen that had been on for like, 5 months. And it was like, they sold it to me for like $200 because they didn't have the box for it or anything. So that was the next screen that I got when I added a new screen. And then eventually I was able to get these two nice screens. And then I got this really nice microphone. Not necessarily in that order. I'm still using an old 1080p camera. This camera looks so good, but it's an old Canon 80D with the USB connection. It just has a really nice lens on it, and lighting makes all the difference. So like I just add, like the last like 10 years, I've just been adding more and more gear, getting it perfect, but never live streaming because I was just like monkeying with the setup. If you want to go live, you guys just turn the camera on and go. That's literally what I'm doing today. My wife was like, you're going to go live. And I was like, okay. So I turned the camera on. There was a lot more things I wanted to do and get it perfect and whatever. But anyway, yeah, what's up, Vikram? Good to see you over on YouTube. Austin Webb, yo, so good to see you, my friend. Austin and I used to work together, and then he moved away. So, bummer. What else? Braden Jessen, you were on my mind the other day. I was going to text you. The keyboard is just the Apple keyboard, the stupid expensive one. I've been thinking about getting one of those like nerdy, like the gamer keyboards, just because they sound cool. What else? Other questions? Happy life, Braden. Yeah. Anyway, sorry guys. Sorry, not sorry. This is what I love. I love being live and just answering questions, hanging out on the stream. So I will be doing this a lot more. And I've got some cool things in the works. So I've been working with Winchester on a new product line that they're doing. So I've been doing packaging. They're developing leashes, collars, dog bowls, pet beds, all kinds of stuff. So I designed all their packaging, and then they sent me all their product, and it's in the studio. I could roam with the camera, I think, and show you, but I'm afraid to unplug it because it might be tethered. Anyway, I'm using my iPhone for this angle here, and it's just hooked up to a bracket, and it can be wireless, but I think if I unplug it, it's going to switch and break things. So I'm going to have that set up soon, and you guys will be able to see the studio, what I've been doing over there. It's been a ton of fun. Any tips for a drone? Depends what you're doing. So I have the old, where's my drone? I think it's at home. The Phantom 4 Pro. And the reason why I got it, it's huge, but I knew I was doing some stuff at the beach. Actually, that's where this shot came in. This will probably play sounds. This guy, I'm going to mute the sounds. This shot was over the sound in the Seattle area. And I got that drone because it was just super stable in high wind. The new drones are so much better though, both for the video quality and because we travel a lot. I recommend getting like the Mavic, any of those series. They're big enough that they're still pretty stable, but they're small enough you can pack them in just about any bag. Austin says Mavic. See, now he's just flexing. Mavic 3 Pro has been awesome. Anyway, so things to consider. Yeah, and the new ones have like crazy long battery life. Honestly, they're going to be so good. Nobody's going to really know based on the footage you get what you're using. So it's more about like, what do you like to use, whether it's goggles or, if you want the remote to be the screen in the remote, or in my case, my old one, I use my phone to plug into the remote. So yeah, battery life plays a huge part in that. If you want to buy a bunch of batteries or have like one that gets a really good battery life. Also, you could probably find a good used one if you want to not be as concerned about losing it, because you don't have to spend a ton of money to get it. So anyway, those are my tips. So yeah, let's come back to these trading cards. We're so close to done. Rob over on Behance says his son's looking at the Mavic, but he's broke and just starting out. Cool. My first drone was, I think we got it at like Target or Walmart, and it was like the little, like, it was a toy, right? It was a toy. It wasn't, it was just something fun to start to learn like how they work. Anyway, and then, there's one time I took it up and the wind was so strong, it like blew it away, and I had to like try to bring it down. And that was when I first discovered, the wind makes a difference as far as bringing it home. So it looks like the stream might be choking on YouTube. Anyway, we're still live. I think we're still good. Okay, so let's come back to these trading cards. So, I'm seeing beach balls over on YouTube. It's okay. All right, let's get back to these trading cards. Cool, Austin still sees me. Perfect. All right, we'll keep going. So I've got these 3 versions, very, very basic. And if I was gonna export these for a client or anybody really, there's this cool little shortcut. And what we're gonna do is go to File, Export, and you can do layers to files, you can do artboards to PDF. In this case, we're gonna do artboards to files. So this is why I like using artboards, because you can make all these different comps, they can be all these different sizes, and in one shot, you can export everything in one go. So I'm gonna hit artboards to files. I'm gonna browse, go to my desktop, make a new folder called exports. Excuse me. I'm gonna open that. And we can do a file name prefix. So each layer is going to be part of the name. So V3, V2, V1, whatever. So I can say tops cards dash, and then it's going to add that to it. We can do artboard content only, or we could include overlapping areas. Let's do artboard content only. I'm not sure if I include the background in the export. It should be transparent because we changed that in the properties. Let's change file type to JPEG. Infinity did thanks on YouTube, and it's fine. Thank you guys. Cool. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and run this, and it's going to batch process each one of these things. What's up, Darshana over on Behance? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, so it exported that correctly. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, on my desktop, because wow, my desktop is a mess. It's all right. What am I even making right now? I totally forgot what I was making. JP, client trading cards. Wow. All right. And then here's the version. So it said Topps cards V1, V2, V3. So if I open this, okay, so it put the background in there. Not sure why. So what we're going to do, just delete those real quick. We're going to try again. File, export, artboards to files. This time I'm not going to include the background. Ooh, export options. Quality. Let's crank this up all the way. Run it. See what happens. Oh, good grief. Okay, this time I didn't update where it was saving to, so I'll probably put it in my Winchester folder because that's what I was doing last. Whoops. Artboards to files. Browse. Exports. Open. Artboard content only. I think, oh, file type. That's why it, oh my gosh. JPEGs don't support transparency. So that's why the background is white, because it won't let you do that. So we want to change this to a PNG 24, and then we'll click run. And now we've got a better shot at this being what I want it to be. Why did it only do the one now? Okay, so this is transparent in the middle. That's good. We're headed the right direction. File, export, artboards to files. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's because you guys are watching me and my computer gets nervous when that happens. So, you know, whatever, you get the point. You guys can figure it out. If anything, I hope it makes you feel better about yourself, knowing that I do this for a living and I still forget what I'm doing. So Austin, got to go. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for saying hi. And yeah, we'll have a lot more videos coming soon. Black Friday is coming up, so I'm working on updating my course videos as well. Boom, there we go. I finally did it right. That's what we wanted. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab these three like this, go back over to my text messages window, go find the chat with my wife, and I'm just gonna drag these over into that window for her and send it. And so now she has those frames as a good starting point. Jen, are you still in the chat? Can you tell me, do you want to see something else? Do you want to see? Okay, so we had some other looks too. So what I'm going to do is grab this V3. Yep, thanks. Wait, does that mean that's good? Like good enough? Or does that mean you want to see something else? I don't remember where we put that other frame. So I'm gonna go back into my text messages. I somehow have 44 text messages. Holy smokes, what's happening? Okay, we're gonna drag and drop this guy back in here from the text, just to get this other color frame. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That doesn't look like I want to. We could make our own frame, I guess, if we're into that kind of stuff. Let's see, how would I do this? Make a rectangle. She'd like to see more metallic. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's make a metallic frame. Scale this to size, and there's a lot of ways to do this that are gonna be better than what I'm gonna show you, but we're just gonna go with what comes to my brain first. So, gradients, or we could do, give me a second for my brain to catch up. We could do it that way. We could do a gradient map. We could go find some metallic. I don't know why it's not popping up, but whatever. Okay. No, I'm gonna do it this way. Sorry, guys. Let's go with this. Then we're going to make a, let's see, we're going to hit Command A to highlight my whole desktop or this whole artboard. Right click, transform selection, hold on the Alt key, scale it down a little bit. I don't know, something like that. And then we're just going to like mask this. Boom. So there's an option. We'll delete that. So there's a frame. So if we turn this back on, it would kind of look like that. Jenna texted me. All right, let's check it out. Look at this guy. This is fancy. Oh man. Okay. There's a lot going on there. Let's see. We could here drag another copy over. So this is V4. Oh. All right, let's see. This is where we should be using like generative AI and stuff. Let's just see what happens. No, I can't use it like that. Oh, that's awesome. Of all the projects to be doing and of all the people to watch, Rob, I'm glad that you're here, that you would actually be doing hockey cards or something, that this is actually beneficial. There's a lot of better ways to like add the gradients in, to make the shapes. I just jumped on here live with the intent of like hanging out with you guys in the chat. Like I had no pre-planned, like, here's what you should do. And here's the thing where I like try stuff and make sure it actually works and I don't break it. So, thanks for hanging out with me. It's a little bumpy, but that's all right. We're having fun. I'm having fun. So, yeah. So hopefully this gives you ideas on how to do that kind of stuff. What I'm thinking through right now is, do I just use the pen tool to like cut this out, or do I like make some sort of custom shape? It'd be interesting to see is if. So I like to use Adobe Stock or Envato Elements. I'm just curious. Trading card, all items, video templates, graphics. I could make all this from scratch, but because we're live streaming, I'm struggling a little bit to keep my brain. What do we want to do? Those are fancy. Yeah, this isn't going the way I want it to. That's right. So let's see, back to this guy. This is super complex. So what we're going to do though, I think, use the pen tool. We'll just see what happens. So what I'm doing now is just kind of tracing the edge. And if I'm doing a vertical or horizontal line, I'm holding down the shift key to make it perfect. Okay. And there's just a path right now. So I got my work path over here. So if I copy it, can I jump cut it in this layer? No, I can't. Can I paste it in this layer? No. Okay. Can I duplicate it? No. Can I, what's a symmetry path do? Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, what? Guys, there's so many new features in Photoshop. I can't wait to learn them all and show you guys what I learned. What I'm hoping to do, and I'm struggling a little bit in Photoshop. I feel a little bit handicapped because I'm thinking about Illustrator shortcuts now. So I'm just going to jump over into Illustrator, paste this in here. Let's go grab this over here. Back to Illustrator, come over here, drag this in. One more time. There we go. Oh, I didn't want to work the first time. So I'm going to, so again, if I hold down the Shift key, it snaps it perfectly. There we go. So now what I can do, grab this shape. Copy it. Command F to paste it right on top. Hit the 0 or the O key to get my reflect tool. And click from this side and drag to the right. Hold down Shift. So I've got two perfect pieces. I'm just going to drag them over the top of each other. There we go. Bring that back over here and let's merge them together. Shift M to get my, what's it even called? Shape builder. Boom. There you go. Now I've got the shape I wanted. And now let's make the outside shape, which is about like this. Just make it a different color so we can kind of see what's going on here. Cool, two shapes. Now, get these guys, line it up. Shift M, Alt click. There we go, now I got a frame. Boom. Copy it, jump over into Photoshop, paste it, scale it. I feel like the Daft Punk song. Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, snap it, turn it, join it. Technologic. I don't know. Something like that. Katie and Jenna, if you're not making fun of me in the other office right now, you're missing out. You should be making fun of me. I can feel you laughing over there. All right. We need a gradient or something or a pattern. Let's go to effects. Let's add a gradient overlay to this shape we just brought in. Metallic. Let's change the angle on this. Change the scale. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Somewhere in there. Boom. All right. Next, I'm gonna make this just a tiny bit bigger than my canvas because I feel like it's, there we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna scale it back down. Okay. Now I feel like we need some kind of like, see how it's got this like subtle something going on there. We need some kind of something. So let's go to Pexels because it's free. And I like showing you guys free stuff. Let's go for grunge and just see what happens. There we go. Perfect. Let's grab this guy, the very first guy. We'll download it. Yeah. Dude, the biggest update right now is the generative AI fill, which is so cool. And I'm having a hard time bringing it into my workflow currently. We'll get there, but some super cool stuff. Makes my job a lot easier in some ways. All right, I got this download. I'm just gonna throw this in there. Let's rotate it, scale it, somewhere like that. I'm gonna hold down Option and click between the two layers to make it masked behind this. Now, because I have a gradient overlay though, okay, let's do this a different way. Let's group these both. Let's bring the gradient overlay onto the top. And we'll change the gradient overlay blend mode to like lighten or screen. There we go. That's something. It's not what I meant to do. Some interesting options with blend modes. This is the creative stuff that I could spend way too much time screwing around with, trying different things. That's probably the best. Okay, so now what we could do, let's add a stroke to this layer. Is that even going to show up? That's probably not going to show up because, oh, it did show up. Okay, all right. All right, that's kind of interesting. Maybe let's add a drop shadow, because why not? Like, throw all the rules out the window. Let's just go crazy. That's nice and subtle. Bring the spread down, bump the size up a little bit. Or just maybe we'll make it subtle. Reminder, hey Jen, can you post that Discord link again? Join me in Discord. Apparently we have one as of about 15 minutes ago. So, yeah, at some point we'll migrate all of the chat towards Discords, because then you guys can, I think you can upload photos and show me what you're working on and do cool stuff. It'll be cool. It'll be dope. Let's see. How about, what else can we add to this thing? I'm just going to click all the buttons. Why not? Oh, these aren't showing up because I've got a different layer on the top. No big deal. We'll do it this way then. We'll go to, we'll add a new stroke. Make this one a tiny bit bigger. Just a couple pixels. Make this one like white or something. Put this one in the center. Maybe outside. Now we're just like adding random details just because why not? All right. Question over on YouTube. Try the generate fill. I should. I've done that in some other projects. We'll play with that here in a minute. Okay, can I show real quick how to use the shape builder? If you're still here, Infinity did over on YouTube. You forgot the steps every time you try it. Okay, so we're gonna jump back into Illustrator just for a second for this question, because that's why I'm here. I mean, I'm trying to get some work done, but we're just hanging out. So shape builder. Let's get a better color than this mustard yellow thing. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Here's a shape. Here's another shape. Let's do something cooler than that. I don't know if I typed that right or not, but this is from over on YouTube. There's your channel. This is for you. All right, so let's get some text on here. Let's make it a cooler font, like, I don't know, Gin. Gin's a cool font. Gin Rough. There we go. All right, so we've got it in text form. I'm gonna come down here, and Command-Shift-O is the shortcut, or you can go to Type. Oh my gosh, they moved it. Create outlines, Shift-Command-O. They didn't move it, I just didn't see it. Okay. So now this is like a shape. So it would be cool. And now this is all grouped together. So Command-Shift-G will separate these into separate things. So I could, I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of get crazy with this. No rhyme or reason. I'm gonna channel my inner David Carson graphic design stuff. This is about to be kind of cool, maybe, or an epic failure, but whatever. We're having fun. I'm using the direct selection tool, the letter A, so I can just like click and grab these shapes real quick. Slam it all together. Okay, so now we got something that's cool looking. We could have done this with like circles, like I just started to do. Okay, grab them both. Shift M is the shortcut for this tool over here, which is called the Shape Builder. If you don't see it, one of a couple things. You could reset your workspace. I'm currently using Essentials Classic. So over here on the very top right of Illustrator, I don't know if you can see that or not. So he wants looking for shortcut or with shortcuts mainly. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to reset my Essentials Classic workspace so you guys are seeing the same thing I'm seeing. And then if you still don't see this over here, there's these 3 little dots on your menu. You can click on that. You can find the Shape Builder in here. And anyway, there you go. Okay, so a couple things. I only use it like a couple ways. I either am adding or subtracting. So I've got these shapes that were selected together, change to this tool, and then literally all I have to do is click from one and drag to the other to like add them together as one shape. Command Z to undo. Or just click and drag to do a couple, or hold down the Option key on a Mac or the Alt key on a PC, and you can click to subtract pieces. So now that cut that apart. Okay, so now I've got this piece, and it cut out the middle. So the way I would play with this, like in something more complicated, like something here, highlight all of it first, get your Shape Builder selected. Okay, and now you could come through and you could merge these shapes together or maybe delete them. Hold down the Option key again, or Alt key on a PC, and then just click. And now I'm starting to like cut away pieces here selectively, or just click and drag. I'm trying to see what would actually look cool. Now, what this is turning into is something I could have done easily by going to the Pathfinder window. So window down to Pathfinder. And I could use these shape modes to like cut out different paths or select or, minus different pieces. But where I end up using it the most is just like cutting away pieces, holding an Option and just quickly like click and drag to cut out different pieces. The other thing we could do with it selected like this is get the Paint Bucket tool, the letter K, the live paint bucket. And you'll see these little color swatches show up, which is kind of tough to see because my mouse is on a zoom mode for the live stream, but behind it, there's these little like squares, and it's pulling from my swatches menu. So in these swatches, it's currently set to black. And if I use the arrow key with the paint bucket selected, you can see how over on the right, it's cycling through the colors. So I could easily set up the colors for a brand and then start like clicking in here to change what the fill is and just go crazy with it, which is pretty cool. I'm just hitting the arrow key to change colors here. That's very cool. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. So, completely off track, but I love it. I love it so much. Let's jump over into Photoshop, see how we're doing on this card. Jen, did you have any other logos for this? Let's delete this guy. Any other logos are like, I don't know, numbers, or we could put the year. Is it going to be used this year, or is this for something like coming up? 2023. We could change this to, I don't know, some other font. Like, let's jump back over to Gin. I like that font. Gin regular. And we are going to scale this up. Bring it to the front. I'm going to select this like baby blue. I'm going to just style it on this side first. Let's add a drop shadow. Oh, you know what we could do? I'm going to put this into a group, because then I can drag a copy over here. Make this head say 23. Oh, geez. Just kind of eyeballing it here. And then, love the rainbow, by the way. Thank you. That was kind of a fun, I love color. Look at that. It's not really, this reminds me, is it Disney's Elements video movie, whatever? I think their logo looks a lot like this, something similar. All right, so I got numbers. They're kind of mostly happening there. Maybe they need to be a little smaller. Whatever. Let's just keep moving on. So now in the group, I can click on the group instead of individual text layers, and I can add more stuff. Just because we could change the color overlay from here. What's a satin finish? Ooh, that's kind of... Okay, we'll bevel and emboss. We'll do subtle. We'll add maybe a gradient overlay. Multiply. Oh, but that doesn't multiply. That multiplies with the text color, not the actual layer behind it. So if I go to these guys and I turn the opacity off, nope, that's not going to do it. How about the fill? Nope. How about we'll just make this one multiply. It's not how I wanted to do it. Oh well, now I'm just playing. Whatever. All right, let's just do a stroke. Let's bring that down a little bit. Add another stroke. I'm just trying to add subtle things. I don't know. I feel like maybe we need some kind of a kind of a shape there. Oh no. Try that again. And then we will bring this down here and mask it with the rest of them. I don't know, guys. I'm just making stuff up at this point. So a little shortcut I did there. I just hit the number on the number key across the top here on my keyboard. So in any layer selected, if I just hit like 4, it changes the blend mode, the opacity to 40%, or if I hit 8, it goes to 80%. So I had over here on this layer, I just quickly hit the number 5 and it changed my opacity to 50% just to kind of tone these down a little bit. I don't know. All right. Let's do, okay, so this card, bringing it back in so we can see where I was at. I turned that layer off or I deleted it. Here we go. So there's like a spot. Let me bring this to the front. This extra little spot here where the name could go. So let's look at that real quick. If I grab this shape, I can transform it like that. Let's bring these numbers up. And then I could just make another rectangle down here. I was going to do it in black, but seeing it show up in this blue color I had selected is kind of nice, but I'm going to make this a little darker. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Go away. Go away. Uh-oh, I broke it. There we go. Let's grab this. Let's go to my color and let's just darken it up somewhere in the same family. That's kind of nice. All right. Let's maybe make this a touch darker. Turn off the stroke. Or maybe make it bigger. Some interesting music happening right now. Okay, that's kind of more better. So now you've got the name space available. We'll leave that there. Okay, so let's turn off this background. Now it's transparent. Completely lost the chat. Hey guys, sorry. Oh, I see how it is. Somebody popped into the office and you were chatting and you're yelling at us now, all caps. Jeez, Jenna. Hello, Shuvo. Also, Dashana's hoping that we can check out the profile and give any change in project feedback stuff. So check it out. Okay, cool. We are just about done with the stream. So any last minute questions, you guys, hit me up in the chat. Let me know. I got to go home soon. Work on a half day. My kids are home from school. And so I'm going to go home too. I think we're going to bust out some Christmas movies because it snowed here in Montana. It snowed like a week before Halloween, which is crazy. Was not ready for it. And it's still on the ground. It's kind of melting, I guess. It rained a little bit this morning, so it's not as bad as it was. But my kids are already listening to Christmas music, which I usually don't allow before at least Thanksgiving, let alone they were starting before Halloween. So I don't know how you guys do it in your house, but anyway, I feel like real quick, as I'm looking at this is too clean and I've got this texture behind this one. So my Photoshop document is a mess. Where did I put? Okay. So we're going to drag a copy of this texture up to the top. Mask it, change the blend mode to like multiply, maybe scrub the opacity down a touch, or maybe. So now I'm cycling through the blend modes by holding down the shift key on my keyboard. I need to change the angle. You can't see shift and then the plus or minus at the top. And the reason why this works is because I've got the selection tool selected on the top left. The layer I'm changing here and then hitting shift plus or minus cycles through these blend modes. So instead of going through here and like trying to pick what I want, I hold on shift, click plus or minus, and I can just quickly like cycle through and see what looks cool to me. That's kind of cool. Oh my goodness. I'm in the weeds. It's all right. That's cool. That stroke is too big. Let's change that a little bit. That's better. Head in the right direction. Let's do that. Oh, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. It's good. Good. Done. Jen, any other ideas on this? Yeah, Ruff says too soon on the music. Used to have a Christmas music battle with your daughter. Now she moved over 2 provinces. I miss those battles. Yeah. My oldest is 15. And I'm just like, like you think about, okay, maybe you have like 3 or 4 more years left with them in the house, but you think about how many Christmases do you have? 3, 4? How many more times do you have left on something? Not very many. So I think about that every day. All right, back here, Jenna. So I'm thinking like, text here in a better font of some kind. This is definitely more athletic looking. Oh, we could track it out, kern it out. Whoops. Command Option and then the right arrow or left arrow to track it out without having to like get into the menu. Let's center it. Command A to highlight the whole canvas so we can center it this way. Let's maybe make it white. And then maybe oh my goodness, that's like the worst ever kerned out cursive. Nope, don't do it. Let's turn off this, make it 0. All right. Could do something like that. And then you would have the image. That's kind of cool. That's an idea. I don't know. Pick whichever one you want, Jen. I'm going to send this one real quick. So what we're going to do is turn off the text, turn off the image. And this time, instead of going up here to File Export, I'm just going to go right to, because I'm only doing this one, I'm just going to right click on this group and go Quick Export as PNG. And we'll jump back into my desktop. Desktop. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have a desktop folder called Desktop. That's amazing. Guys, it's been a long year. And this is V5, even though it's technically V4 to them, whatever. I feel like I'm running on fumes right now. It's all good. Okay, so there's another frame, another idea, another something to check out. And I'm just going to open up my text message thread and throw this over to Jen real quick. Just click and drag and send it. Boom. All right. So there's some ideas. Once I fire off or turn down, what in the world? Turn off the stream. She might tell me some other things she wants to see on this instead, but that's what we did. Don't forget to save. Hi guys. What's new? How are we doing in the chat? Anything new and exciting? Jen says, looks good. Sup, Derek from RB. What's up? So the question in the chat is, how soon is too soon to start listening to Christmas music? We're taking votes. I say you got to wait till like at least 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. Like it's got to be like you just ate Thanksgiving dinner and now we can like bring out the music. And then the day, maybe that night, but like the day after, then you can throw up Christmas decorations, right? Oh, Jenna says first snow, then those tunes are fair game. All right. All right. Our tree goes up this weekend. What are you talking about, Jenna? Our tree goes up this weekend? I know. Long time no see. It's been a minute. It's been too long, too much time. The reason this last entire year, you guys want to see what I've been working on? It's super cool stuff. So I'm working with Winchester on this new brand. They're making dog harnesses and collars and leashes and beds and kennel pads, ceramic dog bowls. I have the product here in my office. So like all of these photos I did here. And Jen, you should bring in some of the stuff, or not. Don't. You're probably sitting down and comfortable with your blanket on in front of the heater. It's totally fine. Anyway, so like they've got these new collars that they're releasing. So I got to help develop this project. So this is what I've been doing for like a year, is all these photos, cutting out these images, making them look perfect, going through these patterns and stuff, getting it ready for the website. And then they've got these web collars. The leashes, they've got some rope leashes, which is super cool. All this stuff. And then we did puffer jackets. All this stuff should be available like, it was supposed to be available like September. So like any day now, you'll be able to go to any pet store in the States and buy it. And then we rolled out this new brand called King Buck, which is super cool. It's like the higher end version. So King Buck was the dog of the owner of Winchester. And so we created a new brand. Actually, got to design the logo with help from Abby. Shout out to Abby. She sketched up the text. And yeah, and that's the new brand for them for that. It's like the higher end, hunting dog lifestyle stuff. And then we got to do some lifestyle photos, which is what I'm actually editing next after the stream. Photo shoots, lifestyle edits. So got to bring out my sister's dog, my parents' dog. They've got labs, and go, oh, this is actually one of the guys I work with, his dog. Look at that. So there's the product on the dog. So this is what we've been doing for like a year, is developing all this product, all the packaging. Super cool stuff. Lots of fun. So anyway, that's why you haven't seen me in a minute or two, because this is all I've been doing. But this project is almost done. And so I will be live streaming a lot more, and I'll be making some new courses very, very soon. Where's the packaging? I should show you the packaging. It's not downloaded, but anyway, you'll see some of that stuff later. Super tangent. That's what we're doing. That's what's up. My brain is totally fried, and I got to go home soon to pick up my kids. So I'm going to shut the stream down very soon. I don't know when you're going to see me next. So the best way to stay informed, there's a couple ways. Let me pull them all up here real quick, and then we can talk about it. And then if you have questions, you can hit me up. We have a brand new Discord channel Jen just made. Thanks, Rob. This is great to hear. I've been missed. Glad you're back. Thank you so much. Yeah, Arby, I did not stream for like 2 months or so. Like I said, I was doing that Winchester project, which was a ton of fun. It's been a beast. So let me this is going to play audio. Let me mute this. I know you can't see my screen. I'm just pulling something up real quick. All right. So my YouTube channel, that's where I'm currently streaming live to right here, and also on Behance. I'm going to pull something else up, turn my camera off to make sure I don't accidentally dox myself. And then you see all the things you're not supposed to see. If you just go to creativebrief.live, it'll redirect to my live pages. And again, I'm testing this with the camera off. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this back on. All right, so up here, creativebrief.live is just easier to remember. It's a URL I bought that just redirects to my Behance page. So on here, you can see some of my portfolio stuff, my live streams. If you click on the live streams button, you can see what we just did today, but also there's a ton of other live streams that I've done. If you guys want to catch up on some older streams, see what's up, check it out. Jenna's got the Discord link posted here. We'll flesh that out and figure out how to use it. So we'll be back. But if you follow me here on Behance, so yours is going to look different because I'm signed in, but there should be a follow button. You'll get notifications when I go live. Same thing on YouTube. Just subscribe, tap the bell. You know the things. You guys are been around a minute. Or to my website, derekmarshall.com. If you just scroll all the way to the bottom, you can join the newsletter. I'll send you some free tips, some stuff. I send, well, in the past, it's been like 2 emails a year. I'm going to start sending more emails. I'll say, hey, I'm live now. So you guys can check that out. Join the email newsletter if you want to make sure you get notifications. Other than that, I'm hoping to set up an actual live stream schedule soon to where it's just like, hey, Mondays at whatever, I go live and you guys can just know that I'm here. What's up, Joshua? I see you on Behance. My hope is that it's kind of like an office hour / hangout thing. Sometimes I'll be showing you some cool tips. Sometimes I'll just be going live and working. And then if you have questions, we can kind of jump over and answer questions. So that about wraps it up for me. I'm about to hit the end button here. So you're going to notice me without a beard on this video. And so you got to vote in the comments, like with the beard or without the beard. Like, let me know. Although it's winter in Montana, I might have to keep this here till spring, but that's all for today. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you so much. And watch your ears. This could be loud. I'll see y'all later. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. Hope you learned a lot of valuable information, and I appreciate you sticking around to the very end. But before you go, just a couple things I want to remind you. The first is, if you haven't already, feel free to like this video if you can, depending on where you're watching from. Give it a thumbs up or subscribe or tap the bell or give it a follow if you can. And also maybe even just copy the link up in the browser and share it with a friend or post it to your Facebook page. I'd really appreciate that. But again, just want to say thanks for sticking around, and I'd love to continue going live as much as possible and helping you guys out. So the best way that I can help you is by you commenting on the videos below. I read those comments. I engage with them as soon as I can, if I can, when I see them. So if it's live, I'll try and answer you right away. If this is a replay, you can still comment on the video, and I go back and I read those. So I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and let me know what you're working on. I'd love to help you out, and hopefully we will see you in the next live. And to be sure you don't miss it, like this video and subscribe and follow and do the things. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.